It was nothing short of a miracle to know I have the right to travel as I wanted, to go out any time of the day, to have a date, have a crush, and still be respected by the man I have the crush on. Because in the Middle East, if you have a crush on a guy, he will use it and call you. You're easy. So you have to always show pride with men. It was a miracle to know that I can file for divorce, having come from a culture where divorce is only in the hands of a man. It was a miracle for me that my testimony in court is equally valid to a man from a culture where a woman's testimony in court is half the value of a man. My husband in America knows he cannot beat me and get away with it. Under Islamic law, a man has the right to beat his wife and doesn't even have to say why, even to the police. In America, my husband cannot have 4 wives. And in the American marriage ceremony, it's a miracle. He vows loyalty to his one and only cherished wife. What a revolution. I come from a country that has a marriage contract. And on it, the girl is asked, are you a virgin? If she's not, the man gets his dowry back. She's sent to her family to honor kill her. And in that same marriage contract, there are 3 empty spaces. They ask the husband, please name an address of wife number 1, wife number 2, and wife number 3, if any. The woman enters a marriage knowing that her husband does not owe her loyalty. And he can fill up those 3 empty spaces anytime during their marriage. And she still won't have the right to have a divorce. I have as much right in America for custody of my own children as my husband. In the Middle East, custody rights are all for a man after age 7. In America, my kids don't have to live in a polygamous household where they fight over the love of their father with other sets of families, other sets of children. Here, married couples have community property, and women are first in line to inherit their husbands. Under Islam, there is no community property, and a woman would be lucky if she inherits 20% of her husband's assets. That if she is not challenged by another wife to the property. And by the way, I knew of a woman. She was actually our neighbor. In the funeral of her husband, she always thought she was the only wife. She never knew he had a second wife. And it was in the funeral, she was crying and grieving. And all of a sudden, a woman comes in with a bunch of kids saying, "Oh, my husband died." And, "Who's your husband?" "Oh, Mr. So." "What?" And she shared every penny with her. I mean, the woman probably got 5% if she was lucky, because sons get more than daughters in inheritance. Here I can report a rape, and the perpetrator will be harshly punished. Where I came from, a rape girl will be blamed and punished for the rape unless she brings 4 male witnesses to prove that she was really raped, or else she has committed sexual crimes. In America, I will not see my daughter forced to wear a burqa, and I will not see 8- and 9-year-old girls forced into marriage. Sharia dictates that there is no age limit for marriage. There is no age limit. Have you heard of the Yemeni girl who was filing for divorce at age 8? Filing for divorce at age 8. The girl had nothing, no breasts, standing like a little girl filing for divorce. And no society is perfect, But America has provided its women with all it can to flourish. Individual circumstances and family conditions are a factor in any society, and that also applies to men. If there are some girls and boys who are underachievers, we cannot blame the laws of America, American culture, or men anymore. We shouldn't. It's not right for men. I just returned, while American women are blaming the glass ceiling, Muslim women around the world are trying to survive a chopping board. Flogging, stoning, outright discrimination under the law, and honor killing. Annually, there are 50,000 reported honor killings in the Muslim world, enough to keep us in line and not demand much. Feminists and reformists are intimidated, threatened, and killed. Feminism have been made illegal under Islamic law. The only way a Muslim woman can get respect is to be the opposite of a feminist, to wear her burqa with pride, to be as radical, if not more radical, than men. The only feminism is condemned in Islam. Feminism is condemned in Islam, just like apostasy is, where there is no grassroots feminist movement in the Muslim world. Actually, it's just the opposite. For the Muslim woman to have respect and power in society, she must even report on girls who do not follow the laws of Islam properly. So they turn women against each other. Muslim women are pitted against each other. That is the only way to survive. Islamic law has done a brilliant job in turning the prisoners to become the keepers of their own jail. To conclude, I'm more concerned with liberal agenda than women's rights. They have turned against human nature to make women and men equal. The feminists in America, they want women and men to be equal, and the laws are giving them equality, but they're not even happy with that. They are angry at nature that made men and women different, and they're trying to force the idea that biologically and psychologically men and women are the same. This is, in pursuit of this imaginary equality, perhaps they want to be males. But don't deprive us of enjoying being males, females. It's such a privilege for me to feel I'm a female. I like a man to open the door for me, but there is a very scary attempt to bring about a whole generation of girls that only knows in America, you owe me, you owe me, you owe me, and society is bad, I'm a victim, and this is not good for young girls in America. And now they are tolerating. I noticed that some journalists in America, some female journalists, when they go to visit Syria, even Nancy Pelosi, wear a scarf. It's almost like they are fascinated to go back to bondage. It's almost like their vicious circle is going back to the bondage. I think feminism, in a way, sometimes go out of control. And this is, I got you a picture of a woman who moved to Afghanistan. She's in full cover, and this is her Pakistani husband. And it just told me that here I am running away from this, and I see an American woman running towards what I escaped. It's very strange for me. Thank you very much.